Hi Aries, welcome to your March reading. So glad to be here. Pisces season is upon us, which means your season is just around the corner. So it's really nice to think about spring is coming and the energy is feeling a little bit lighter. The really good news is things are starting to lighten up already, and we can sort of already feel that. Pisces season is going to be a time of rehydrating ourselves after being in some seriously dry desert energy, and feeling that kind of healing vibration that we're all going to be having is going to be like just a breath of fresh air. It's going to feel like we're like on a beach instead of in a desert. So yeah, Venus is moving into Pisces. Mercury is going to be moving into Pisces. That retrograde was really, really difficult. So if you're still very much like I know that I am still reconciling quite a few things with that retrograde. We're still in the post-shadow period, and we will be until the end of the last week or end of the first week in March. So everything that is happening from now until the end of the first week in March, really pay attention to that stuff that you want to correct, you want to make right. Those are the things that you're going to be really paying attention to. This month is going to be about looking within. This month for you guys is going to be more of a probably quiet solitude. And we're going to really start looking into the intuitive energies with the cards. Remember that we have the Mastering Detachment class on Monday. If you're having a really hard time letting go, if you're having a hard time finding closure from relationships, from situations, and it doesn't even have to be closure within romantic relationships. It could be family closure, it could be friendships, it could be really any kind of closure. If you're really having a difficult time finding that, this Mastering Detachment workshop is going to help you with that. Letting go of needing to always be in control. That's going to really help with this Mastering Detachment class. And it is going to be recorded. So if you can't make it live, it'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday, March 1st. We're going to be stepping into March in really, really powerful ways. We also have the Love Soul merchandise on my website, fearlessintuition.net. If you want to get into the vibe, we're going to be having a Love Soul workshop at the end of March, which is going to be really amazing. It's just about embodying your own love for self. So join us for all of that. The Love Soul vibe is pretty incredible, and these sweatshirts are so comfortable too. We also have baseball tees, phone cases. I love it. It's nice to be surrounded in such a good vibration all the time. Okay. Looking. All right, you guys, your reading just sort of fell out. So here we are. Okay. So Ace of Swords was the first card that came out, and then it came out with the Seven of Swords, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. So let's talk about these three cards first. It's really interesting, Aries. I feel like there was a conversation, or there is a conversation. Either you've already had it or it will be had. And it doesn't even have to be like the recent past. This could be from like past, like a couple years. There could have been a conversation, but there's something that you really need to look at with this conversation, because it really puts you in a place of lack. It really put you in a place of not necessarily feeling very good about yourself, and super confused also with that Seven of Cups. Like there's definitely a confusing energy. I have really tiny hands, so it's so hard for me to hold the cards. But yeah, so there's this place of, there's this lack mentality that really is kind of taking a hold of you and taking a hold of your energy. And it feels like it was because something was said. Maybe this was Mercury retrograde. coming in. Maybe this time frame was meant to dig some things up for you so that they can be revealed, so that you can heal them. It's not, it's interesting because we go through those Mercury retrogrades and we always think the worst. Like, we always think that the worst is going to happen, or we're going to be like caught up in something or something like that. And we don't recognize that sometimes it's just about the emotional status, right? It's just about what's going on within ourselves, not necessarily the things that are going on out. Of course, if you're in chaos on the inside, your outside is going to reflect that. 3 of Cups, Queen of Cups, and then the World. So there's definitely a cycle that's ending here, and I feel like it has to do with your friends. I feel like there's something that you're really reconciling within yourself about who you hang out with, about who you call friend, about who you call even family, maybe even. But it feels like this Pisces season for you guys more than anything is about healing your own sense of lack when it comes to what everybody else is doing in their life and how far they're going, or the things that they are working on right now. Really paying attention to your own path and paying attention to your own growth, that's going to help things shift, and that's going to help catapult you forward, right? So that's really what we want to focus on. This water sign, if this water sign is not you, if you're not feeling the super, super emotional status, there's definitely some kind of cycle that's ending with the water sign. There's definitely, and this could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or just somebody that holds that energy. This also might even be your intuition telling you that a cycle needs to end. So really paying attention. I mean, Pisces season is an extremely intuitive time, and since it is your 12th house, and Pisces, the 12th house rules Pisces, this is going to be a really great time for inner reflection. Oh, that's a lot of cards that just came out. Oh, sure. Okay. So, okay. So the cards that came up with the Ace of Swords, we have this, I know, I was like, you're like, could you just show? 7 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Knight of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. So the flow towards the things that the seeds that you're planting, because that's really what we're preparing for. I feel like March, right before your season, right? This is the time for you guys to really, really, really decide and decide on what it is that you want to see manifest, what it is that you want to see grow. And creating that sense of peace, creating that sense of quiet, creating that sense of calm within yourselves. And I don't care what anybody says, Aries can be extremely calm. You guys are really, really calm under pressure. You guys are really, really calm under like the most stressful times. You guys actually have a lot of calmness within you. And it's almost as if you have cultivated that throughout your life. Like, you recognize the fire within had to be tamed a little bit. And it's not that I don't want you to express yourself. Absolutely, I want you to express yourself. But there's really a need here to be patient for the things that you're creating, and allowing yourself to plant those seeds, and then offer, and then rest, right? Plant the seeds, and then take a moment and then nurture them and guide them, and really believe in yourself and see that confidence and see that like build up, right? If this is the Pisces energy that's down here, it feels like there might even be a relationship growing, or and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but it does feel like this could possibly either be like a companion or a friend or even a romantic relationship. But it does feel like there's something that this Pisces really, really, really wants to build with you. And you're going to have to decide. I feel like you're sort of on the fence about it. You're not too 100% sure that that's something that you want to do with this energy. So let's see what the Seven of Cups is, because the confusion is absolutely real. Oh, okay. Did you know that even when you're not making decisions, even when things feel a little bit fuzzy, even when you're kind of overwhelmed by all of the stuff that's going on, that that's still part of your journey? Just because it's uncomfortable doesn't make it any less real than before, right? So creating that push forward and that guidance forward. So we have the Chariot on the Seven of Cups. You could also be dealing with a Cancerian energy that is wanting to build with you as well. But more than anything, what's really interesting about this for me is like, just because it's uncomfortable or just because it's confusing or just because it doesn't look the way that you thought it was going to look doesn't mean it's any less your journey than before. So yeah, so that's like super incredible, amazing energy to have, to remind yourself that, wow, this might be a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm still on the right path and I'm still going in the direction I need to go in. And maybe I need to pivot over here. But the Chariot also speaks of divine timing. We have to be in alignment with our journey and with our purpose to feel this kind of flow. You could be thinking about moving right now or moving, sometime in the near future also. And I think that if you're a little bit confused about maybe where you want to move or what that looks like for you, in time that answer is going to come. Don't try and force something, because what you could do is really project your fears onto a future that doesn't even exist yet, right? When you're sitting in that lack mentality and you just want more and more and more and more, and there's not really that much more to give. But that lack mentality can create a lot of stagnancy within whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish. So instead of being in that lack form, let's, oh my gosh, you guys, Five of Cups on the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can either romanticize the past or we can look into the future. But the Five of Cups is about reminiscing or paying attention to things that we don't have, which is exactly what the Five of Pentacles is also saying. Like, I don't have enough. I don't have this. Look at all of the things that I've lost. I mean, you can sit within your regrets, but that's not going to help provide and push you forward into the future. The more you allow yourself to catapult into the future, the more you allow yourself to manifest things into the future, the easier the flow is going to be, the easier that Chariot moving forward is going to be, the easier this process, right? Six of Wands and the Knight of Cups, easier that process is going to be. But you can't force it. No, there's no controlling. And I almost feel like you're trying to manipulate your own emotions here. You know? So instead of looking at what you've lost, come back to the present. Come back to where you are right now and find the gratitude within what's going on here. Because you guys are on, right now, you're really pushing forward on this course of action and like literally changing the energy in your lives. Like literally, like by doing all of this really deep inner work that this 12th house energy wants you to feel in a big, big way, doing all this energy and doing all of this work is creating new pathways and new growth and new openings in order for you to catapult yourself into a new space, into a new energy and into a new space. You can decide that every single day. You can decide what that energy looks like, what that new energy looks like every single day. Okay, let's see what this Three of Cups is. Oh man, more lack, huh? if somebody has deceived you in the past by any kind of third-party situation, and by that I mean any kind of third-party situation is, it doesn't have to be like another person. So if you're in a relationship or you found out that somebody was stepping out on you, and again, that doesn't have to be like anything recent. That can be something that happened a long, long time ago and you're still holding on to it. But the Five of Swords on the Three of Cups means that you're dwelling. This is where the lack mentality is coming from. You're dwelling on the things that were negative. You're dwelling on the stuff that was painful. You're dwelling on the actions, and you're not recognizing how far you've come from it, how removed you actually are from it. It's not something that we can change, but we can accept it, right? We can accept that it happened. That doesn't mean that you have to be okay with it. You just accept it, right? And that's another thing that the detachment class is really going to help you with. But if you're having a difficult time releasing the expectations of somebody who hurt you in the past, and now maybe even still in this present or future moment, you feel that pain and that hurt even more, but allowing yourself to see where maybe so much, maybe not so much, like wallowing in that self-pity, because that's what this 12th house energy can really bring you into the depths of your soul and back into that pain, and you can feel that in your body all over again in the exact same way as when it first happened to you. And that's kind of cruel. That's like torturing yourself, you know? We don't want to torture our own minds. That's not going to be fun. So then we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups. So if there are two individuals that are involved in this for you, an earth sign and a water sign, that is really, really painful. And that existence that you've had to deal with, that you've had to be in, that you, like, this painful realization for you is not necessarily something that, like, it's not going to help you grow if you just sit in it. So in whatever way that you need to recognize, and it's not even about distracting yourself, Aries, it's not even about creating situations so you don't have to think about it, or so you don't have to feel it. It's about closing out that chapter and recognizing Nine of Pentacles on the world, how independent and abundant you are all on your own. Like, you don't need anybody else to tell you that. You don't need anybody else to create that energy for you. It's all yours already. It's all yours. Do you see? Bottom of the deck, Four of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Absolutely. Put those boundaries up. Really, really, really start paying attention to the things that you need. Pay attention to the stuff that you need. Don't pay attention to what other people are doing. Don't pay attention to how other people are living their lives, because that is going to distract you and take you away from your journey. And your focus should be on you right now, especially going through all of this healing, especially allowing Pisces season to fulfill you, right? And moving into your season, you want to have that confidence. Moving into your season, you want to be ready to face all of those seeds that you planted that are now blooming, that are going to be blossoming. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's imperative. It's absolutely imperative for you to have healthy, loving boundaries. So healthy, loving boundaries look a little bit different than having up like a brick wall. Like, we don't want to have that brick wall up, because that brick wall is keeping everybody and everything out, including ourselves. Like, it's hard for us to navigate and feel safe when we have a really big, tall wall up. I know that it might feel safe in the moment, but extended, right? Because then you're going to feel alone. And it's hard to feel safe when you feel alone, you know? And so if you can, tear down the brick wall, put up that fence, make a little door in it, and then you have the permission to let anybody pass through that door that you want. And it doesn't necessarily have to be on their terms. It's always on your terms. Always on your terms. And that's the way an Aries likes it anyways, you know? So I hope you guys have a really wonderful March. Readings are open. If you would like an astrology reading, I'm also offering Akashic astrology readings. If you haven't heard of the Akashic records, this is about going into your past lives. It's going into the healing. So I'll be taking a look at your birth chart, your actual astrological natal chart, and we're going to look at all of those energies that you brought into this lifetime from past lives, and we're going to clear it out. We're going to look at things like your South Node, Chiron, Saturn. We're going to look at some Centaur asteroids that really are going to help you heal and release all of that old pent-up energy in your chart so it can be open and free. So that's what that Akashic astrology is. But I also have full astrology readings. I have the tarot readings. All of it's on my website. I'm also offering one-on-one Reiki workshops and attunement. So if you have any questions about any of that, you can email me or go to my website, fearlessintuition.net. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful March, and I will see you for your season. Bye.